Welcome to SPASRO. Hello ladies and gentlemen, today we will see about Mercury and Neptune in 5th house. In astrology, when you mention that Mercury and Neptune are in the 5th house of a natal birth chart, you are referring to the placement of these planets within that particular astrological house. Each planet's placement in a house can influence various aspects of a person's life and personality. Here's a brief interpretation of Mercury and Neptune in the 5th house. 1. Mercury in the 5th house. Communication and creativity. Mercury is the planet of communication, intellect, and information. When it's in the 5th house, it can indicate that the person has a strong interest in creative self-expression through communication. This may manifest in talents such as writing, speaking, or performing. Playful and curious. This placement can make the person playful, curious, and open to exploring various forms of art, entertainment, and hobbies. They may enjoy activities like writing poetry, acting, or engaging in intellectual games. Love for learning. The 5th house is associated with education and learning, and Mercury here can signify a love for learning and a desire to constantly expand one's knowledge. 2. Neptune in the 5th house. Imagination and creativity. Neptune is the planet of dreams, intuition, and spirituality. When it's in the 5th house, it can amplify the person's imagination and creativity. They may have a deep appreciation for the arts, including music, dance, and visual arts. Romantic and idealistic. Neptune's influence can make the person very romantic and idealistic when it comes to matters of love and romance. They may have a tendency to see the world through rose-colored glasses and idealize their partners. Fantasy and escapism. On the downside, Neptune in the 5th house can sometimes lead to a tendency for daydreaming, escapism, or getting lost in fantasies. It's important for individuals with this placement to ground themselves in reality from time to time. Overall, the combination of Mercury and Neptune in the 5th house suggests a person who is highly creative, imaginative, and intellectually inclined, with a deep appreciation for artistic pursuits and a love for learning. However, they should be mindful of balancing their idealism with practicality and avoiding excessive escapism. It's important to remember that a complete astrological analysis considers the entire birth chart, including the positions of all planets and their aspects, to get a more accurate picture of a person's personality and life path. Certainly, let's delve deeper into the significance of having both Mercury and Neptune in the 5th house of a natal birth chart. 3. Imagination and expression. With both Mercury and Neptune in the 5th house, there is a powerful blend of imaginative and expressive energy. These individuals may excel in creative writing, storytelling, or any form of art that requires a vivid imagination. They have a unique way of communicating their ideas and emotions, often infusing their work with a dreamy and ethereal quality. 4. Emotional sensitivity. Neptune's influence in the 5th house can make these individuals highly attuned to their emotions and the emotions of others. They may possess strong empathy and intuition, allowing them to connect deeply with people on an emotional level. This sensitivity can be an asset in creative endeavors as they can draw inspiration from their emotional experiences. 5. Love and romance. The 5th house is also associated with love affairs, romance, and dating. When Neptune is present here, individuals may have a tendency to idealize their romantic partners, seeking a soulmate connection. They are attracted to artistic, creative, or spiritually inclined partners who share their sense of wonder and imagination. 6. Dreamy pursuits. People with this placement may have dreams and aspirations related to artistic or creative fields. They may want to pursue careers in music, film, theater, or other artistic endeavors where they can express their imaginative talents. However, it's important for them to maintain a degree of practicality and discipline in pursuing their dreams. 7. Escapism and illusions. On the challenging side, the influence of Neptune can sometimes lead to escapism or a tendency to escape from reality through various means such as daydreaming, substance abuse, or creating illusions. These individuals should be cautious not to let their idealistic tendencies lead them into situations where they are easily deceived or taken advantage of. 8. Children and parenthood. The 5th house is also associated with children and parenthood. With Mercury and Neptune here, individuals may have a strong connection with their children, emphasizing creative and imaginative activities with them. They may encourage their children's artistic talents or engage in spiritually meaningful activities together. 9. Inspiration and spirituality. This placement can foster a deep sense of spiritual and mystical connection. Individuals may be drawn to spiritual practices, meditation, or exploring metaphysical subjects. They often find inspiration and solace in connecting with their inner selves and the larger spiritual universe. As always, it's important to consider the entire birth chart and how these planetary placements interact with other factors, such as aspects, the angles formed between planets, the signs in which these planets are placed, and the ruling planets of the 5th house and their placements. These factors will provide a more comprehensive understanding of how Mercury and Neptune in the 5th house influence an individual's life and personality. Certainly, let's continue to explore the implications of having Mercury and Neptune in the 5th house. 10. Artistic talent. This combination often signifies a strong potential for artistic talent. These individuals may have a natural gift for expressing themselves creatively, whether it's through writing, visual arts, music, or performance. They may find joy and fulfillment in honing their artistic skills and sharing their creations with the world. 11. Communication of emotions. Mercury in the 5th house suggests that these individuals are not only creative but also skilled in expressing their emotions. They can effectively convey their feelings through their chosen artistic medium, making their work emotionally resonant and relatable to others. 12. Inspirational teachers. These individuals can make inspiring and imaginative teachers. Whether they work in education or not, they have the ability to convey complex ideas in a way that captivates and inspires others. They often have a knack for making learning a creative and enjoyable process. 13. Idealistic pursuits. People with Neptune in the 5th house may be drawn to idealistic pursuits that involve helping others, such as working for charitable causes or advocating for social justice. They may use their creativity and communication skills to raise awareness of important issues. 14. Love for fantasy and fiction. These individuals are likely to have a strong affinity for fantasy, mythology, and fiction. They may enjoy reading and creating stories that transport them and others to imaginative realms. This love for fantasy can also manifest in their personal style and fashion choices. 15. Fluctuating creativity. Neptune's influence can sometimes lead to fluctuations in creativity and inspiration. These individuals may have periods of intense artistic output followed by periods of creative block. Learning to navigate these cycles and find ways to reignite their creativity is essential for their artistic pursuits. 16. Romantic idealism. In matters of love and romance, these individuals may hold very high ideals. They seek deep, soulful connections and may have a tendency to see potential partners through a romanticized lens. It's important for them to balance their idealism with a healthy dose of realism in relationships. 17. Spiritual exploration. Neptune's presence in the 5th house often signifies a strong interest in spiritual exploration and self-discovery. These individuals may be drawn to mystical practices, meditation, or esoteric subjects as a means to connect with their inner selves and the greater spiritual cosmos. 18. Expression of inner worlds. Both Mercury and Neptune influence the mind and imagination. In the 5th house, they encourage the expression of inner worlds and deep emotions. This can lead to the creation of art that is not only aesthetically pleasing but also spiritually meaningful. Remember that the overall astrological picture also depends on the signs in which Mercury and Neptune are placed in the 5th house, as well as any aspects they make to other planets in the birth chart. These factors can add nuances and modify the interpretations to provide a more accurate understanding of the individual's unique personality and life experiences.